As I said in yesterday's breakdown, it's weird to see The Bad Batch as a series. It's kind of crazy that The Bad Batch itself, while not in the episode, those episodes have been pretty great, have been the best so far in Season 2. The Commander Cody episode was without The Bad Batch and is still one of the best episodes in The Bad Batch in the entire series, and Episode 7 was no different. Episode 7 did not feature The Bad Batch at all. It was all about Admiral Rampart, the defense bill, Senator Chuchi, and then Captain Rex unveiled himself when they finally caught this sniper/assassin. I see it kind of the similar effect with the Boba Fett TV show that, unfortunately, the best episodes of the Book of Boba Fett were without Boba Fett. They were with the Mandalorian, Grogu, Luke Skywalker, and I see it as the same happening with the Bad Batch. Needless to say, they finally caught this sniper who was killing clones left and right. Slip and Cade were killed almost instantly, as well as 2 guards of Senator Chuchi. When Captain Rex finally stunned this assassin inside that factory and actually saw him as a clone trooper, something that they could not understand why, and they realized that this assassin was actually a clone, not a bounty hunter hire or something of that nature. What clone would follow orders that were clearly outside Imperial protocol, Republic protocol, anything that the clones were programmed for? This assassin had gone out of bounds by following Rampart's secret orders to kill people that he did not like. The weirdest part, of course, came when he woke up. The assassin woke up and immediately recognized Captain Rex. He even said his name. This tells us that Rex, perhaps not being able to recognize this clone immediately, later on he did put a name to this face. I think so, but he just simply did not speak it. And I think myself suspected, and most of the fans are starting to speculate as well, this assassin who recognized Captain Rex and is working against Republic ideals, against the Jedi. He himself said he is a believer in this new form of government, a believer in Admiral Rampart's tactics. It's probably pretty complicated, and we're not gonna get an answer anytime soon from Dave Filoni, but I myself suspect that this assassin, this sniper, was actually Slick from the Clone Wars animated series. This is precisely why this assassin recognized Captain Rex, because it was Captain Rex and Commander Cody who finally caught up to the treacherous Slick and arrested him, never to be seen again until yesterday. At least, again, this is what I suspect, and we're gonna explain why this is the case. Let's get the first question out of the way. Why didn't Rex immediately recognize Slick? I think that is a pretty obvious answer. In many cases, the clones are clones. They all look the same. What differentiates them is their personality and, as Rex specifically said, their identification, their markings. When Rex sees the assassin unconscious for the first time, he realizes it is a clone. But when he's interrogating him, you clearly see Rex trying to realize if he actually recognizes this clone, if he has seen him earlier. The assassin makes it clear that he knows who Captain Rex is, even if Captain Rex is not wearing identifiable markings either. He is in plain clothes. But the reaction from Captain Rex when Slick, I say quote-unquote Slick, that's my belief at least, when Slick calls him brother, this is when Rex reacts in sort of a different way, kind of suspecting who this clone really is. You see, Slick, even back in the day in the Clone Wars show, he had a monotone, simple haircut. Dave Filoni had a genius idea back in the day that the clones should have their own personality. That's why the clones not only had their own markings, colors in their armor for us to differentiate who it actually is, but also they had different haircuts, different hairstyles, even some of them had tattoos on their faces or scars like Commander Cody. But if we go back to those episodes in the Clone Wars show, we see that Slick literally has nothing distinguishable about him. His haircut is simple, he doesn't have any tattoos, markings, or scars on his face, and this I think was done intentionally to not make him stand out from other clones. That's why the episode is so enticing, because we don't clearly see who is the traitor in this case, who is sabotaging the Republic and and the Jedi. In that episode, it wasn't until Cody and Rex put their heads together that during their interrogation, they discovered that Slick was actually the traitor. He tried to run away, escape, even tried to assassinate Cody, but through a ruse, Cody and Rex finally got him. Now, this is the point where I think this assassin and Slick have the most in common. It is their staunch beliefs, the dichotomy of how different they approach their creation, their reality, is very eerily similar. I'll put a quote side by side of Slick and the assassin, and you tell me what's the difference.
Only a Jedi would ask that. It's the Jedi who keep my brothers enslaved.
You're fighting the wrong battle, brother. You're limited.
Their intensity is all but the same, and even the timeline fits perfectly. During that episode, Slick is simply arrested after he tells off Rex and Cody, even Obi-Wan and Anakin to their faces, that they're using the clones for their own, just as cannon fodder. He is then led to a Coruscanti prison where he would spend the rest of his days, or would he? Because now things have completely changed. Similar to Barriss Offee, who was imprisoned during Republic times, things changed when the Empire came into the fray. If Admiral Rampart was able to use Crosshair to his own advantage against the Bad Batch, why couldn't Rampart and other Imperials use defected clones such as Slick, who was rotting away in a prison, to simply brainwash him to an MK Ultra type of level and then sick him on Rampart's enemies, not let the truth come out, as we see in episodes 7 and 8. While Dave Filoni chose to keep the identification of this mysterious assassin clone a secret, I believe that we need an answer. We need to know whether we have seen this clone before or not, because he clearly recognizes Captain Rex, and I think through all the signs of Slick's imprisonment and never hearing about him again, this clone recognizing Rex, there's a lot of pieces that fit the puzzle of this assassin being Slick. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.